Great call, too. Play fake. Farmer will put it up, throws over the middle. Poole, touchdown. Quick flag.
Third down and 5. Levitt swings it to Scadaboo. Scadaboo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Scadaboo is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure. On this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025.
Today. This one the other way. No going back. That's the drag. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it.
Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Her three right on the money.
Takes his shot for Darby. Flag out. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
Field game, and I mean I already bring a lot of energy and juice, and it's our edge, but you feel this. I mean, I've had long talks with a lot of alumni the past few days. Charlie, I mean, I gave her a hug so much she got a little makeup on my shirt, but she's been awesome. I had her in the huddle talking. We've had Jerry, a fan who this year was his first women's basketball game, but he's been coming to Sun Devil athletic events for 65 years. Like, this means something. And it means something to that locker room. It means something to our coaches. I mean, we've got everyone bought in.
Oh, look at this. Perfect. We are at the pool, and I am the slowest swimmer here. Welcome back in, guys, to Pitchfork Lunch. Yes, I am Michael Caratinito at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter, as you know. Check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, as you greatly know. Also, the wonderful world of IG. YouTube, go and subscribe, because if you don't, well, if you're those of you watching live, you know that we have great interviews, and we have talented swimmers like we had last week. We had Ilya and Johnny on, and now Matthias and Ryan are very cool enough to join me here, guys. Thanks for making your Homer Pitchfork Lunch debut. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Hi,
everyone.
I heard you said practice was easy. What's up with that? I don't think coaches want to hear that.
It was different for me. I was in the D group. He was in the sprint group. But we had a hard suit up set yesterday, so just to recover and then finish the week off hard.
All right, let's start with that, because and it's funny because I asked Ilya and Johnny the same thing. Like in so many sports, I mean, you practice, you put in so much more hours of practice than you compete. You know, and swimming, obviously, the more events you swim, I mean, the better, the tougher, but the better. But just in that aspect alone, what made like when you first started swimming way back when? I think you were 6 when you started swimming, right? So yeah, but when you guys started swimming way back when, like, I mean, as a kid, yeah, being in a meet's fun, but how tough was it just to get used to the practice routine and like the grind that it takes?
Do I answer?
You go.
Yeah, I gotta say it was very hard for me. I think around the age of 9, I was like, I don't even want to do it anymore, because it was getting to a point where I was seeing like my friends at school having time off, spending time with the friends, and I was already maybe doing 3 practices per week. And to me at that time, 3 practices was a lot.
And how many meets?
Yeah, and also like sometimes the meets too during the weekend, so you
Okay.
couldn't spend time like playing games,
Right.
do what a kid wants to do. But yeah, I think it was just a thing that clicked in me a little bit later, and I just decided that I liked the sport. It was a hard time to start with.
Yeah, I didn't start swimming year round until I was probably 11 or 12.
Okay.
When I got my state cuts, I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool.
Okay.
I get it, like, at that age too, state's a pretty big deal.
Yes.
Like, oh, I'm the beast, but around then,
Right.
and then, swim year round. After a while though, I faced some burnout my junior year, just because it's like he said, you got buddies at school that are, we're hanging out after, practice. And then if your mindset slips, that can start to be like, oh, all right, I'm coming too. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I was able to lock it in. But it's hard to swim 9 workouts a week. It's not easy.
No, absolutely. And it's fun. It's crazy because, I mean, I had friends that swam. I mean, I just remember knowing them from the time like we were in elementary school, but especially in high school. I mean, they were, I ran track, I played soccer, guys. I had no interest in getting up at 5 a.m. to work out. Like, I was not the morning workout person. But my friends that swam, my point to you guys is like, like they were up before school, like 5 a.m., swimming for like an hour, hour and a half, school. And then after that, back to the pool. And you're right. I mean, like, the mindset, we're like, I'm like, hey, you want to do this? I'm like, I don't have it today. They're like, yeah, no, I'm like, we're headed to the pool. But which is awesome. Now, being from Switzerland, I mean, you've obviously accomplished a lot. What made, when you see ASU, because I'm going to ask you the flip side of this, right? But Matthias, when you see, like, obviously ASU swimming has been just, I mean, awesome throughout the years and a huge international presence. I mean, tons of countries have definitely been represented, as you guys both know. But in the process of, swimming and being in Switzerland, competing like you were, what made ASU stand out to you?
I gotta say that I started looking into colleges around the time I was 17, I guess. So I was my junior year of high school, ending junior year of high school, and I gotta say that the Leo Marchand effect like made the U.S. stand out more.
Right.
And I started looking into it, and I decided to message a couple of schools that I liked from outside, and I was lucky enough to be able to find my home here at ASU.
That's awesome. Yeah, because Ilya and Johnny, we talked about that. I'll get that. But you're being a local kid. I mean, it's in your backyard, you know it, but you also know. I mean, like you said, that like there's, I mean, a lot of talent. Not that you're not talented, but like a lot of international talent comes in here. So, when you're in the backyard, obviously makes it a lot easier for coaches to recruit you. I know they got to love that part a little lighter on the travel. But I mean, what's that just like for you thinking like competition wise? Obviously, yes, you want to better yourself. You want to be at a great program. But what's that? What was the recruiting part like for you?
Well, I just had one goal, and that was to go swim in my backyard, like you said. I grew up a Sun Devil, so it's kind of was no question that I was going to end up here. Even if I had originally gone to another school, the plan was always transfer over, you know, and luckily I didn't have to do that. I just was here from the get-go, but it is a little rough when you had, you know, I'm coming onto this team, and there are elite level swimmers. Obviously I'm on the team,
right?
But when we recruit international people, they keep coming in, you know, you got to you're always fighting to climb the ladder.
Right.
So it's challenging, but at the end of the day, it's like, these are my brothers, my teammates. I don't hold any resentment, you know, and I want the team to do the best they can do. And so obviously that means like you got to bring in fast swimmers. So I like the challenge of having to climb that ladder.
Right. And so, I mean, you're a senior now, right? So you're graduating in May?
Yep.
Okay. So, so let me ask you this too, because I mean, asking obviously, you know, Ilya and Johnny, same this part, you know, the last year of the Pac-12, which we won't go down that rabbit hole. It's still, as many people know, still near and dear to my heart. The Pac-12 is not what it was, but nonetheless, I mean, to win the Pac-12 championship, then to win a national championship, like then, okay. Olympians just in the conference and swimming alone. I mean, you say a lot of sports, but in swimming alone. But like the transition from the Pac-12 to the Big 12, and then to stay as dominant. What was that like?
Okay, as humbly as possible. The Pac-12 for swim was just insanely competitive with Cal. You had Stanford, who was just always good. USC historically has been pretty good. So it's just been a tight conference. And then to go to Big 12s was kind of just less competitive.
Right.
So for us, it was no doubt in our heads that it was like, okay, we're going to go in there, we're going to win, we're going to put up times, we're going to qualify dudes for NCs, and that was the goal, really.
Yeah, because I was asking Ilya and Johnny that, not that there wasn't, because they were kind of saying almost a similar thing, like it didn't, you know, maybe it wasn't as deep, but the one thing I think Johnny was saying too is that, but you know, you have teams that had like the events, like there was really good swimmers, so it may have not been the depth of other teams, like you said, that you see back to back in the Pac-12, but the talent is there. So, but when you're coming over, you're swimming internationally, because I asked, I mean, obviously Ilya this, I mean, you're swimming, you know, in world championships and stuff, and you know, obviously he's in the Olympics. What's the toughest part about when you get back, coming back, and like, just, you know, obviously, yes, you want to compete for your team, but just coming into practice after, like, again, that adrenaline high of just being at those competitions?
Yeah, it's a strange feeling, but for me, I was never a person that went to the international meets as a probable medalist. I don't know how to say it, but I was more there for the experience. So when I got here, I was like, this is a great chance to be able to step up my game and become a person that is feared by the others when I step on that international stage. Because as of right now, I'm still growing as a swimmer. I'm not on the top level yet, but I'm working towards it.
And it's funny you're saying feared by the other swimmers. So for both you guys, because I know obviously in a meet, like, yeah, you're prepping for it, you're focused and you're prepared, but for the relays, who's ever doing, whether, it's individual or team relays, who's ever on it, do you just feel like that other teams, even though I know as competitors, they might not admit it like loudly, but in their heads they're like, okay, we're swimming for second place when
100%.
you guys line up for a relay?
100%. Even if I'm a distance swimmer, so
Right.
I'm never really.
We'll get to
Luckily,
that.
I've been on 4 relays somehow this year, just like class relays or a D group relay, which has been awesome. But even when I go to swim my race, I genuinely don't really think about the other people in the pool. I just know that it's like I'm racing my boys, because at the end of the day, it's like we're really most of our dual meets we're shooting for 1, 2, 3, 4. So get up and race each other.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's some other dudes in the pool too.
And also, like, definitely in a different environment than when we are at practice.
Oh yeah.
The
Right.
stakes are higher and the pressure's on, and it's way better to race.
Speaking of 6 feet higher, before I get to the distance real quick with you guys, like, it was cool in the Big 12 because it's kind of like a preview, even though they split it up East and West. But like hosting the Big 12 West, not that you, and like you said, nobody's gonna. And when I was asking this to Johnny and Ilya, I'm not saying like coaches isn't gonna tell you to slow down or tank a race, but when you're swimming up against them and you'll see a lot of these teams with the Big 12, is it almost like you don't want to show them everything? Because I asked Coach that on Friday night. Is it almost like you don't want to show them everything? Yes, you want to win, but then like now they know what they have to shoot for. You know what I'm saying?
No, I would not. I wouldn't say swimming is even like that in general.
Okay.
I don't think people be hiding things. I think it's kind of, our practices are technically hidden. We don't post our practices. You know what I mean? Like, it's like no one knows the work we're doing. So it's also hard to say where we're at, if we're rested, if we're shaved, if we're whatnot, you know what I mean? So it's, I would say nothing's being, like, I think
Right.
all of our swimmers go all out for every race.
Okay,
There's nothing holding back.
Right, and I mean that's what I mean. Coach kind of said the same thing too. I just think, and granted, it is a difference, but others that somebody might see somebody like, okay, maybe if I tweak this or tweak that, but okay, the distance. My theory is, especially when I ran track, I thought anything over 400 meters, as much as I admire people that did it, I'm like, waste of time. Like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're talking doing distance, and when I see distance swimming, I mean, I remember I've said to coach, I've said anybody that my friends that swam, like, after 400, I'm like, huh, but it seems like anything shorter than like 400, you're like not even really warmed up. when you see like doing the distance, and yeah, I mean, obviously, like I said saying to China Ilya, I'm like, I get it, it's the training, but when I've seen in the Olympics, like, international, like men's or women's, like when I see somebody like Katie Ledecky, just like she's floating on top of the water, and in like the 5,000 race, just lapping the whole field, like, that's insane. But to see what like you do at distance, my friends, everybody told me to ask when I talked to you distance. I was like, what is the toughest thing about staying focused? Like, what do you? Because obviously you're focusing on your stroke, I know, but like 1650, you're going even further than that. Like, what's the challenge? Not staying focused, but what do you think about all that time? And especially then when you start like just whooping up on people, and you're like, oh, okay, they're gone.
Yeah. 1650, for the way I race it, is a waiting game. I think I like to back half my races, and so I'll stick with people until it's time to leave them behind. But I mean, what do you think? He doesn't really do the 1650.
Yeah,
I mean,
because you're in the 5, you do the 5 and
the 5 and 200.
and the 200, right?
Yeah, I
Which
go up to
500
the
still 100
500.
too long, but that's okay. You're a champ for doing it, GS. I like it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I gotta say the 500 is very different from what I was used to, and in general, I like to pace my races where I'm taking it out a little bit fast, but I'm still going out with a kind of an easy speed to where I can control the middle part and try to end it at my best. That's how I like to do every race I do. and I'm starting to like experiment with these styles also, because I used to do the 1650, the mile, a while back, and the hardest part was definitely the middle one, because you're into it and you cannot escape it, you know.
True.
And
That's a horrible feeling.
yeah,
When you've gone out too quickly in the mile, it's like, you don't want to be. You just want it to be over, and you know you're at the 800. You're halfway, and you just are.
yeah, but from one moment to the other, you're at the end. So it's also strange sometimes.
Yeah, miles are odd. That's some miles
Right.
almost in a sense feel easy because
Okay.
you're just like, for lack of better words, in a flow state, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And then other miles you're kind of just present the whole time,
Right.
and it's kind of feels long and it's hard. I don't know. Miles are brutal.
I feel like the mile is about how you pick up your pace to start with, because when you engage your aerobic system at the right amount and you can keep up that speed, then it becomes easier to swim the mile. But at the same time, if you're not maybe warmed up enough, or you're not concentrated before the race, you might end up overthinking it and then getting lost in that big of a race, you know.
Yeah, because I was lucky enough to be out here for the Big 12 West, and I mean, I saw you swim in the distance, and then, I mean, even on the women's side, I saw Dennis, what she did, and
She's good.
Like when you, yeah, that's what I said to Ilya and Johnny. I'm like, outside of she's really good, like he's like, oh yeah, that's just, you know. But like I said, for me as a very, you know, I mean, yes, I can swim, but not at your awesome levels. It's not about me. But when you're, I mean, seeing her do that, like, that's so for both of you guys. Like you're saying, like you're saying, sometimes you see long. You said you're back end. You're just waiting to go until if nobody else is going. You're on pace, so you're saving up that energy. But when you start getting out in front like that, and literally there's nobody really next to you, mentally, how tough is that? Because obviously you want. I mean, you're in a meet race. You want to have a great time. But how tough is that? Not that you would slow down, but just maybe not to increase, because you've just you're just kind of going and everybody's behind you.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not like a off the bat. I'm right out the gate swinging. So that happens so late in the mile for me.
up. Right.
Yeah, that it's like at
Right.
that point I am building, and I've got 650 yards left. That
Okay.
it's like I'm not worried. If I'm passing them this quickly, I could die, and I probably still would be fine. No,
Oh,
sorry,
man.
that was cocky.
No.
but,
Hey,
like,
believe me, Ilya and Johnny, they were trying to be humble too. But because I asked them, obviously, I know, and we'll get to who you're, that wonderful school down, not wonderful school down south is your next meet, but
horrible school down
horrible,
south.
very horrible. Yes, exactly. See, we can say it here on Pitchfork. I'm sorry, team down south, but it's but. And so, like to that point too, like when you're sitting there, and especially in the fight, it's so funny you said that the mile's quick, and I relate it to track. Like the mile was distance, and you always saw good mile runners, but when you watch as the levels get higher, I mean, even in high school and especially college, and on the internet, it's they turn the mile looks like a sprint. Like those runners literally never look like. I mean, they might pick up speed, but from when they start, it's just insane. When you are getting in the pool, again, 500 mile, whatever mile and a half, what's the one thing, or maybe a few things that you just kind of, they said block out, but it's just whatever's blocked out. But when you're starting the race and you're thinking, okay, do you it's something I'm trying to ask, because I asked Johnny, so do you run the race literally mentally even before you jump in the pool?
I gotta say, I don't really run it exactly how it's supposed to go, but at the same time, I'm thinking about how I wanna be doing it and about the feelings I'm gonna feel during the race. So I'm kind of prepared. For example, I'd be saying, okay, I should start like this, and it's gonna maybe hurt a little bit, and then I'm gonna hold, and then I'm gonna try to bring it home. So that's about what I do before my race. But I don't think it's kind of
You're not overthinking
full
it.
visualization.
Right.
It's just a brief thought about it.
Yeah, at that point you did the work, you just swam.
Yeah, I wouldn't
exactly.
say you do the, 50s, 19 seconds, 18, 17 seconds.
Yeah,
I think I would envision or go over in my head my race plan, and then also, maybe the first 100, 200, just like being relaxed as possible. Then maybe envision like the moment I start to pass people, and then I honestly always envision the celly.
There you go.
Yeah,
Hey, that's
it's like when
That's-
I
there
touch
you
the
go.
wall and I go exactly when I want to go, like look up at my Sun Devil fans, flash the forks. You always got to envision the celly.
Exactly. Let's get to the fan part, because again, we'll wrap on a fan in U of A and asking you, obviously, not in Switzerland, so it's not really freezing here. It's got to be a great event.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean,
That's perfect.
even back in the back in the fall, like that Friday night meet, like this was, it's absolutely packed. And then for your meets and like more and more, like when you see like the fans, because a coach even said like, yeah, we really didn't promote the January 3rd because nobody's back in town, except for obviously you guys are back in town, the competitors, so you guys, the swimmers are back in town. But like, and he goes, but I looked up and it's like there was like an awesome crowd against GCU. But how much, and especially like because I was asking Ilya in the international, like when you're in the pool and Olympics wise next to Leon, and he goes, it was just so loud. But like in general, I know it's not maybe as loud as that in indoors, but when the crowd's up there like that, and obviously like I say you're a local guy, but even for you coming in, like how big is it when that crowd's there? Because like you said, I know you're focused on your race, but you got to be able to hear, like they let you know how close people are, how far ahead you are, right?
Yeah.
The crowd definitely helps.
It helps. I don't know if the crowd's like you can hear the crowd. I feel like the only thing you can really hear is the whistling from your coach, but the crowd just helps because I think it adds pressure.
Yeah, the presence of people being around you swimming definitely makes you go faster, in my opinion.
Yeah, totally.
Like I said,
You're stepping on the blocks and you feel the presence of maybe that time it was 2,000-3,000 people,
right?
And you're like, that's insane.
Everyone is looking at you.
Yeah.
Like,
It's funny. Even when and I'll be getting highlights and I'm like, it's like everybody's like, oh my god, it's almost like tennis, like everybody or golf, everybody's all silent. It's like, it's like, okay, go. It's like boom. But okay, so coming, like I said, Tia's here from Switzerland, obviously. So are you a good skier?
A little bit.
A little bit. All right, better swimmer. That's fine. We'll
Better
take it.
swimmer.
We don't want you going to the Winter Olympics in Milan anyway. So you stay here. No. But so coming over, what's outside of, like I said, of the winters truly not being freezing, and if you want to see snow, it's 2 hours up north in Flagstaff. You can go see snow. Like food wise, what's been the biggest adjustment for you? What's some of your favorite places to hit up out here?
Oh, okay. My favorite places.
wait, let me guess.
All right, let's see if you can guess.
Canes is top 3.
I feel like Canes went down the scale.
Oh, you asked him that first semester. You would have said
Okay,
Canes.
all right.
So I gotta say, in Switzerland, there's not really many like food places like here. It's mostly restaurants, like family restaurants. So you go, you eat a pizza or some pasta or maybe some, meat, some steak. But that's about it. And I mostly eat at my home. And my mom used to cook a lot. And I love that food. But now here, I go to the dining hall. And if I want to treat myself, I might go to like Chipotle, Wingstop.
Yeah. I should have known that.
In-N-Out. And especially it's way better if you go with friends because you're just enjoying it.
Absolutely. No, that's cool. Like, again, my dad's side of the family's all from Naples, so being Italian, like when people are like, where do you guys? It's like we hardly ever went out to eat, but like eating at home was like, being at the little family restaurant because everything that was there. Okay, so to you, Ryan, like, okay, who's the biggest, like, who do you think is like the biggest jokesters on the team? And when the international people come over, who kind of helps them out but kind of messes with them a little bit? Are you that person? You smiled right away.
The biggest jokesters on the team.
It's probably Remy.
No, I will say, we're very lighthearted. Even we're locked in.
Right.
When we're at practice, but we are talking and we're
having fun.
we're bantering, so it's on the outside looking in, it may look like we're not working hard or focused, but we're very focused. So I would say D group does a good job at that.
But nobody messes with like somebody's like, maybe like switches up the way some like they're like, I don't know, their setup is, or like little maybe like little prank, like not like nothing bad, obviously, like not putting glue in like shampoo, which is very childish. Funny if you don't get caught. Funny, but very childish.
That's a nice prank.
I would say, okay, to mess with people and like kind of not. I don't know how to say this without.
It's just funny. It's like a little prank, but like
people that mess with you and will like, if you kind of are like doing something stupid, I think people to call you out on it would definitely be all at Tolu's house.
Yeah.
Tolu, Phil, Ilya, the older guys, Remy would. Remy's hard too, because if he calls you out, you got nothing on him. It's like you can't even fire back. All he is he's just old, but he's not even old. He's like, he's just old to us because he's 25 or whatever.
Exactly.
But there's nothing.
Is he 25?
I think so. He's not. That's a lie. He's 24. I think.
Okay. Sorry, Remy.
But,
he got you on this one.
Those guys will definitely talk crap about you. So yeah, not like in a bad way, but in like a wholesome,
joking team. Yeah, absolutely,
joking way.
Absolutely. They okay. So they got the little zingers.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
so wrapping on this. Obviously, last night it was phenomenal. The women's hoops team sent that team back down south on their bus. with a nice loss. That is your guys' next meet. Yes, you just whooped them and the other teams in the Big 12 West, but you've done it obviously quite a few years, and I mean I know the youngsters need to know, but like that rival, like when you say like we're swimming against Arizona, like what's this weekend like next week of practice like for you, or this week of practice like for you?
Kind of just getting ready to take out the trash. You see the trash piling up in your house, and you're like, oh.
Did Johnny prep you for this? Because
no, not at all. Growing up here, and especially my dad swam for ASU, and all of his buddies, and growing up around them, they never had a good word to say about Tucson, and they would never apologize. So like earlier, you were like, oh, that team down south. I was like, horrible team down south.
Yes,
and you were like, sorry. I almost said not sorry.
Oh no, I'm not. No, I said sorry, not sorry. But I did. I corrected it because I'm not. But like, I don't. When you guys say it, like, and Coach Bloomquist, that's when because obviously he's an alum, he's a coach here in baseball, but I mean he played here. And I said, yeah, Coach doesn't have to say, but he goes, he goes, hold on. He goes, no, I hate that school. It is about beating that school, and we will beat that school.
Yeah.
And I was like, Coach said it too. Cool, rock on. But
the ASU swim, I would say 4 or 5 years ago, maybe a year or two before I was on the team, entered a period where U of A was no longer a threat. So it now for like him to come in, it's like we've established other rivalries just from the swim team,
right?
Cal, Texas, a few years ago, NC State. Who else is up there? I don't know, but they honestly don't understand the. They will, and
right.
We'll have.
When you go down there, their fans are still gonna. Their fans will chirp. ASU comes down there in any sport, and as our fans do too. But we're right. It's the problem. Yeah. We're right. They're not. But they will chirp. So I hope you enjoy it.
No, we'll have a few team meetings to make sure that the freshmen understand that this is not.
In my opinion, the atmosphere is already different when we went over there last semester.
Right.
Yeah, the atmosphere was different between the few dual meets we had prior to that, or even the intro squad. And we went over there, and I was like, oh, I'm feeling the tension right here.
What I'll say though is, which is crazy, we took Tommy Palmer, and their fastest 50 freestyler, probably 100 freestyler too. We took him away from them. He's my roommate. Last year, so he's swam 2 years now, but this is his second year. But after that, it honestly was kind of weird because it almost seemed like they would kind of suck up to us. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Way to take care of it. You have definitely quite a few years of, like you said, I mean, yes, you have other rivalries, but you want to beat up on the little team down south.
I got to learn a lot still.
The Fighting Wilburs, you can't really be intimidated of a school whose mascot's a cat. I'm sorry. That's Wilbur. So,
true.
Guys, you are awesome. Matthias, Ryan, yes, he got to stay in Arizona. And again, like you mentioned, obviously his dad swam here. He wanted to stay here. He wanted to ditch the snow in Switzerland, and I mean, he had a lot of choices. But we're glad you came here to Arizona.
And the weather is way better here.
I was gonna say, like at night when it's like full, because people in Arizona it'll hit 70 right, and they'll say they're freezing. They'll use the word freezing at 70.
It's so nice.
I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying I know you've heard people say that.
Yeah.
So when at nighttime when it's 50, I'm sure you're like, 55, I could hit the pool right now. This is warm weather, right?
Yeah, and it's a dream to be able to swim outside all year long.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, believe me, it is awesome. Well,
we're tan and we show up to these competitions, and these guys that all swim indoors are ghostly. It is bad.
I didn't even think about that.
And it's awesome. We're just like, hey,
you're tan. You guys are
we're tan and we're fast.
Casper the Friendly Ghost, and they can't fly past you. So
yeah.
Take a quick break. These guys got to run. We got a teeny bit more. Obviously, we got to celebrate the women from last night trouncing the wonderful. Well, it wasn't a trounce, but U of A tried to punch back, but again, the cat wasn't strong enough. So they're going to get out of here, and we will have more Pitchfork Lunch coming right up.
Go Devils.
All right.
Again. Oh man. And
I didn't see it.
man, that was awesome. Ryan King, Mattia Mauti from Switzerland. Guys, I mean, that's why you go to YouTube, right? I am Michael Caratanudo. You guys know that. Yeah, see there. Wait, there we go. Yep, at Diablo00 on X, formerly known as the Twitter. You know it, you love it. Check it out. Go to Twitter, or yeah, well, at Diablo00 on X, formerly known as Twitter. My IG, Michael.Caratanudo.5. YouTube, guys, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. You just learned. We just hung out. A phenomenal con review with Matthias Mauti, again, from Switzerland. Hello. Yeah, another international Switzerland. He's from Devesco Soragno, Switzerland. And yes, he's a freestyler. And again, absolutely awesome. Hey, again, and I love it because it's European. He goes, I was there, I didn't really, there's restaurants. He goes, but, Chipotle, In-N-Out, he's adapting. He's adapting. And again, a phenomenally talented swimmer, as is, the local kid, Ryan King in Campo Verde, about 10 minutes, 10, 15, depending on, no rush hour. You could probably hit from the pool here to Campo Verde, probably like 15 minutes, I'd say. 15 minutes. But yes, and it's just awesome. And like you said, I mean, swimming the 1650, and the fact, like I said, I mean, I'm again boneheaded it because again, so stoked to talk to him, knowing his dad swam here, but at the same time, yeah, Doug, he swam at ASU in the 90s under head coach Ron Johnson. A lot of people remember Coach Johnson. Where he had 2 top 20 finishes at the 1993 NCAA championships, 18th in the 100 back and 20th in the 200 back. He's one of many Arizonans to choose to obviously stay local and compete for the Sun Devils, like he said. Always wanted to be a Sun Devil. Didn't want to go to that school down south, which, hey, Forks up. We love to hear that. And, yeah, I mean, when Matthias started looking at schools, he said he started searching. Obviously, he was not searching for Arizona, so or for ASU, but not for school down south. So, Forks up to them for joining us, and a big shout out to Zach Wargo, the SID, Swimming SID, for hooking that up and going with the mad schedule. But again, so awesome. Talk to Ryan King. Like I said, just in the mind of the distances, and again, everybody has that. Like I said, what Dennis said, first words out of his mouth, "Oh, she's good." Which I mean, and again, he's saying it in a way it's just absolutely awesome. And Matthias, again, look forward to his future. I mean, this season, we're not just going to sit here and talk about. I mean, yes, he has accomplishments, but he took first place in the 500 free in the Big 12 West Championships here. At 4:16.54, first place for the freshman. Had a runner-up finish in the 500 free. At the CSCAA dual meet challenge back in October. Yes, their season starts in the fall. There's meets and then lots of practice, and then it ends. Like I said, they have Arizona coming up down in Tucson on February 6th or 7th. I will get that for you in a second. And then they have the Big 12 championships and see if they can repeat. And but they the men and the women crushed, and we'll get to the women's swimmers that crushed the Big 12 West meet as well. So that, me, forks up to that. But yeah, he won the 500 freestyle, participated in the 400 freestyle relay against USC back in November. This is Matthias. He competed in the 200 freestyle, the 500 freestyle, 200 free relay, and the 800 freestyle relay at the tri meet between Stanford and Cal. Again, back in October. Finished 5th in the 200-yard freestyle at the All Arizona Invite. He participated in the 100 freestyle, 200 medley relay. Again, that was back October 10th. He placed second in the 500 free, time of 4:23.55, and fourth in the 200 free at 1:35.40 in his collegiate debut against UNLV, which was October 3rd. And then, yes, he did. He represented Switzerland at the FISU World University Games in the 400 meter free and the 4x200 meter relay. Again, talking to them about relay. So, but that's Matthias Maury and Maury, pardon me. Maury. Mattia. And Ryan King, this year he his career best times in the 200 free is 1:39.91, and that's the at NC State invite, or NC State GAC invite back in 2024. The 200 flies best time is 1:52.04. NC State, October 20th of 2023. The 500 free, he did a 4:23.58, same meet. The NC State GAC invite in 2024. And then the 1,000 free, his best time is 9:10.28 at Utah, November 20th of 2023. And the 1650 free, he swam. That's a mile, right? Mile free. He swam a 15:17.40 at NC State GAC in 2020. Again, that means 2024. The NC State GAC invite. But yeah, I mean, both, again, you just see it, like you said, the energy, and Coach Boehm, I mean, just building that culture, like him being an alum as well, not going anywhere. I mean, it's absolutely huge, But hey, we got some time, guys. We're shifting gears, to what? Forks up the Devil's scent. I didn't know you heard me the whole time. All right. So Matthias Maury and Ryan King. So my lips may have been moving, and you may have not heard anything. So that kind of sucks. But what I was saying is Matthias Maury, this young man, Mattia Maury, from Switzerland. Again, he's from the Vesco Saragno, Switzerland. And he's a freshman, but yeah, I mean, he said this season, he took first place in the 500 free at the Big 12 West Championships that we talked about. He had a runner-up finish in the 500 free in the championship race at the CSCAA Dual Meet Challenge. He appeared in the 400 medley and free relays earlier in that week, which was back in October. He won the 500 freestyle and participated in the 400 freestyle relay against USC in November. Competed in the 200 freestyle, 500 freestyle, the 200 free relay, and the 800 free relay at the tri-meet between Stanford and Cal back in October. Finished 5th in the 200-yard freestyle in the All-Arizona invite, and he also participated in the 100 free and 200 medley relay. He placed 2nd in the 500 free and 4th in the 200 free in his collegiate debut against UNLV, and that was back in October 3rd. And I said their season swimming, again, it starts like way back in the fall, and it just kind of, again, there's not meets every week, but again, you go through the fall, you hit the winter, basketball starts and stuff, and they're still going. And then, spring sports, obviously softball, that baseball about to get rolling, track and field. Hockey's obviously rolling, as we know, hoops, but yeah, swimming very long. So, and he did represent Switzerland at the FISU World University Games in the 400 meter free and the 4x200 relay. He also won the 400 meter free to qualify for the World University Games at the time of 3:59.29. Awesome. He won the 400 yard free at the Switzerland Cup Championships in 4:39.02 and placed 3rd in the 200 yard free at 1:47.17 back in April of 25. Competed in the European Aquatics Junior Championship in 2024 in the 400 free, 800 free, and the 1500 free. And yeah, like we talked about, he started swimming at the age of 6. But for Ryan King, his dad swam here. His dad, Doug, was a swimmer in the 90s for Coach Ron Johnson. And he had 2 top 20 finishes at the 93 NCAA championships, 18th in the 100 back and 20th in the 200 back. And again, he wanted to stay home. He always wanted to be a Devil, and that happened. And again, he's had some his career best times in the 200 free, 139.91, the 200 fly, 152.04, the 500 free, 423.58, the 1,000 free, 9:10.28, and the 1,650 free, 15:17.40. Guys, that's, yeah, like he says, everybody runs it different, but he's just flat out flying. Okay, so now we're back, but forks up to the women. You guys know what it is. We are going to see some of it as, it's a huge steal by, first we're going to see a nice hoop by Eloisa Caeta, as, again, she had one hell of a game. The Devils, defensively, rivalry, punch back and forth, just absolute money. And, so this is... they do the hoop, and U of A, again, they will make it snap pass. And now, again, you got to get back a little bit. So, he was such a screen, wanting the ball down low, and then back and snap pass, and look at the off the ground. There's just on for the ball. Coach Miller talked about that after the game. In which we're running a little bit long, so we are going to start to go tomorrow. You know what? Yeah, we're going to start to go. No, we're going to hear from Coach Miller. A little bit. But yeah, going back and forth. And then we'll look at this real quick while we get ready for Coach Miller. But look at, I mean, throw the ball where it's there. And I mean, Gabby Williams, look at the team, look at this. The coach, all I really talks about that, but more was just a pump to you, causing the turnover, knocking the ball away. And not only did Gabrielli she gets caused her to foul. But I mean, again, look at this, baby. Look at the ball. I mean, she's literally just like, it's not because like usually it's back by your hip or you just angled a little bit towards the player. But look at the other four. Miles, Williams, Molly Washington, McKenna Blackens, all just like helping her up, pumping her up. Absolutely phenomenal. In which those plays led to, oh, what's this? 18-4? Marley Washington's 18 times ringing the bell, baby. 18-4. So in the last 57 games for Coach Miller, she has a record of 50 wins and 7 losses. Yeah, that includes everything. I mean, and undefeated at home. So 12-0 at home now. 18-4 overall. 6-4. I want to say it is 6-4 in conference play. They are 5-4. Sorry, they were 4-4. So 18-4 overall, 5-4 in conference play. 12-0 at home, like I said, and then 6-4 as you get to 18-4 on the road. Yeah. Guys, up next Sunday, 2 p.m. back at Desert Financial Arena. They got last night started a 3-game homestand, which they only had They had 4 games here in 57 days. Wonderful assistant athletic director and sports information director Doug Tamaro shared with us last night at the game. 4 home games in 57 days, my friends. And that sucks. I mean, but yeah, now you got 3 at home. They have that team down south. Again, Territorial Cup. You'll hear Coach Miller say point. Technically, it's half a point, but well, not technically. It's got that because you play twice. So, yeah, somebody's honking out there. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna hear from Coach Miller. Again, a phenomenal victory, my friends, for the Devils. Actually, man, we're gonna be way over. We're going to start the show tomorrow with Coach Miller, executive decision, because, again, this was awesome. Conf review went a little bit long, but, hey, it's not a bad thing. It's a very phenomenal thing. But, yeah, the women play Saturday. The men, guys, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow because tomorrow is Friday, however you want to say it. That team down south, the number 1 team in the land, they will be up here. And, yeah, 79-72. Or 89-82, 10 points more each, but yeah, 89-82. They fell in Tucson to the Fighting Wilburs. And I mean, they were in it all game. I mean, again, into the final minute, not just like, oh, it's 3 minutes out and then Arizona just ends it. But, yeah, that was that. But Saturday, noon, high noon, baby, high noon. A duel in the desert, in the Wild West. I know, cheesy. But, I mean, again, you can sell it like that as it'll be on TNT and Arizona Sports 98.7 FM. But, yeah, 12 o'clock, tip-off. Get here early, guys. Do not give your tickets. Do not sell them to Arizona fans. It was terrible enough that we had to hear. And again, shout out to the 942 crew because I have been fast to pick on students. the 942 crew. Shout out to them for anytime the U of A fans started that terrible chant for their school, they were able to drown them out. But sometimes, I mean, again, they could have started it first. But and then some of the men's players, some of the players from the men's team, I should say, were at the game last night too. Yes, lots were out. 6,121, y'all. I'll mention that again tomorrow because 6,121. They're saying it's the most for U of A game. Jeff Metcalf, full disclosure, said he was going to check because volleyball, I mean, again, it was the most highest attendance for a single game this century, but not of all time because there was a match against Stanford back when that had a few more in the seats. But nonetheless, still awesome, growing. Coach Miller's got it rocking. And you heard her say this. And again, play this on top of the show. I'll play this, and then we are going to get out of here and head on to Friday and let you keep quenching your Sun Devil thirst.
Passion-fueled game. And, I mean, I already bring a lot of energy and juice, and it's our edge, but you feel this. I mean, I've had long talks with a lot of alumni the past few days. Charlie, I mean, I gave her a hug so much she got a little makeup on my shirt, but she's been awesome. I had her in the huddle talking. We've had Jerry, a fan who this year was his first women's basketball game, but he's been coming to Sun Devil athletic events for 65 years. Like, this means something, and it means something to that locker room. It means something to our coaches. I mean, we've got everyone bought in.
Bam, mic drop for Molly Miller right there. And yes, we'll hear the rest of her post tomorrow, I promise. But again, when we got a chance to get awesome swimmers like Mattia Mowdy and Ryan King, dude, got to do it. Forks up to that, man. So forks up to them and Coach Bain for letting them do it, obviously, for lending the swimmers. And again, we'll cut up some clips, and yeah, you'll be able to see them. But again, I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Thirsty Thursday. But again, at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter, also my IG, Michael.Caratuno.5. Yes, all you have to do is add a dot between the first and last name, and then a dot, and then a .5 after my last name, and go from there. So yes. And that's the good old world of IG. Again, YouTube, go to YouTube. Guys, watch live, but when you're there, subscribe, because you have missed a plethora of phenomenal con reviews. One just now. Some are just joining right now. Forks up. Glad you're here, but we're getting out of here. But you did miss, again, very talented winning swimmers. I mean, Ryan King is senior graduating in May. Mattia Mowdy, he is a freshman from Switzerland. So yes, my friends, you need to go to YouTube, watch live, but subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go to YouTube. It's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. So enjoy the rest of your Thirsty Thursday. Hopefully we quenched a good amount of that Sun Devil thirst. Forks up again. Molly Miller 1-0 in Territorial Cup games. They'll be playing that team again down in Tucson on February 14th. Sun Devil fans, get down there and be just as loud with ASU chants as their fans unfortunately were last night. But again, they get to go home with the L. So yes, forks up to Coach Miller, the team, way to grind. Get a lead, cruising at halftime, take a U of A huge 15-2 punch. Then they went on a 17-2 run to answer back. So, and again, yes, Arizona, some players fell out, and yes, their leading scorer was out. I talked about that yesterday. Also talked about how, they had some players out, but they battled, and there were some freshmen, but yeah, and they fouled out. So I know some are using excuses. Their coach didn't use that excuse. Stating facts, and it was, we'll get into officiating a little bit tomorrow, but not too much. But yes, so phenomenal rest of your Thursday. And yes, it is. Thanks to reigning back-to-back Big 12 champs, women's volleyball, for always making sure I say it is #our state, because it is #our state team down south. Found that out last night again. It is hashtag our state. Also, as you guys know, go Devils. And I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And as always, guys, forks up.
I went to Arizona State.
Right.
I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call. Blake Baker, Farmer will put it up, throws over the middle. Pull, touchdown. Red flag.
Third down and 5. Levis swings it to Scatterboom. Scatterboom breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Scatterboom is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure. Chuck this defense here. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.
Takes his shot for Darby. Flag out. Doesn't matter.